Hi guys, I'm Jason Simmons, the Cockney cook, and it's morning, and I'm going to talk about one of my favourite things for breakfast. Now before I do, please remember to subscribe, to hit the button, and to like the video. Anyway, I'm talking about my favourite things for breakfast, or one of my favourite things for breakfast I should say, and it's not a cup of Rosy Lee, although I do love one. It's the stuff that I put on my Holy Ghost. Now, I'm talking about marmalade, marmalade. I absolutely love marmalade, but today, if you go to the shops and buy a marmalade, it tastes like a sweet orangey jam. And when I was a kid, it had a slightly bitter, tangy edge, and I love that. And I've tried every marmalade, all the good ones, and they haven't got that nostalgic, tangy edge. Yes, I found one that has. In fact, I found it in my own kitchen because I had to make it. So, today, I'm going to show you how to make traditional, tangy, proper, old school marmalade. So if you want to know how to make it, keep watching. Oh. For the recipe, pause it now. Okay guys, let's make our marmalade. So you need 1 kilo of oranges, 2 lemons, make sure they're unwaxed, and you need 1 kilo of granulated sugar. Now the first thing you do is halve all your oranges and lemons and juice them, making sure you retain any of the juice in a nice jug. So there you go, there's an orange, nice and juiced, and there's your nice jug, and there's your lemon, and we're going to juice that as well. So set your juice to one side, and we've got all the shells of our oranges and lemons. Now any that have stalks on the end, cut the stalk off. Okay, they won't all have stalks, so there you go, that's not got a stalk, that's not got a stalk, is that one? Oh, stalk, cut it off. Lovely, so go through them all, and once you've cut all the stalks off, we're going to get all our shells and we're going to put them in a nice heavy pan. If you've got a preserving pan, even better, and add 1.2 litres of cold water. Now we slowly bring this to the boil, and the idea is we're tenderising all those shells. Okay, so we're going to bring it to the boil. While that's coming to the boil, put the reserved juice in the fridge, and once that comes to the boil, you want to simmer it for 1 hour until all our shells are nice and tender. At this point, get yourself a strainer and put it over a bowl, and pop all of your shells into the strainer, making sure that any juices are caught in the bowl. And give them a nice little squeeze, making sure that any excess juice comes off. There we go, and we can put those to one side. Now at this point, pop any juices that we caught back into the bowl and get yourself a nice fine sieve. And we pour all of our juice through the sieve, making sure that we catch any pith, any pips, anything like that. And we've just got juice. Now, this is the time to make our shreds. So what we do, we scrape each shell, making sure that we get any flesh and any pith off. So all we're left with is rind. So take your time over this, don't rush it. And then we're going to cut them into shreds. Now, the thickness of the shred is a very personal thing. Some people prefer a thick shred, some people prefer a thin shred, and some people prefer a medium shred. So, you know, that's entirely up to you, but make sure you do this with every one of your shells. There we go, I'm just popping that into a bowl, and we're also going to do this with our lemons as well as our oranges. There we go, just to prove the point. And we should have a nice big bowl of lemon and orange shreds. Now it's time to start cracking on and making our marmalade. So put all your juices, including the juice that we reserved and put in the fridge, into our saucepan, and then add back all our shreds. Lovely. Now give it a nice little stir about, and the next thing to do is add our sugar. So we get our sugar in, and now we're going to slowly bring this up to the boil, making sure that we stir and dissolve the sugar as we go. Once this comes to the boil, you want to keep it on a simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Now we're going to do the plate test. So we put some on a plate, we pop it in the fridge for 5 minutes, and if it is gelatinous like this and it's got a lot of tension in it, it's good to go. So get yourself some sterilised jars. I use 4 jars for this recipe, and jar up your marmalade. There we go. Now allow it to cool a bit before you put the lids on. Make yourself a nice label like that, and that is Old School Marmalade, a Cockney Cook production.